I think I'm live. Alrighty. I think we're on. Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to get myself a little organized here. How's everybody doing? Waiting for everybody to get in the room. Tonight's going to be interesting. All right. I need some lotion. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Oh, everybody's popping up. Hey, Jessica. Hi, Mom. Beatrice. Hello, hello, hello. So I've gone through a couple of different projects for tonight. The mojo had left the building probably as soon as it hit December 1st. And now I'm trying to get back into things and also get Christmas cards done. So that's what we're going to be working on today, is some Christmas cards. Ooh, yeah, it started with some bad weather about an hour ago here in North Carolina, and I was like, okay, you better get it together because at 9 o'clock I gotta go live. So I was inspired by Jessica, who is here with us. She had gotten the stencil, stamp, and die from the Altenew from Michelle. And so I went out and got it because I was like, as far as sentiments, you can never have too much as far as I'm concerned with Christmas. Because a lot of them do different things, right? So this one can be a bit intimidating just looking at it. Like, how does all that work? It just looks like a lot of craziness. So we're gonna play with this. This is the stencil. I was hoping to use it tonight, but the stamp colors I've picked out are dark already, but I may still show you. Maybe we can play with that after I do the 2 cards. Oh, hi, Miss Joe. Oh, I hope you guys are Missouri. Did the storm come past you guys last night? I hope you're okay if you were out there, because the storms in the Midwest were crazy. All right. So because it is a bit of a process. We are gonna hop right in. Ooh, look at me. I'm telling you guys, I got stuff all over the place. I've been working up until the last minute because I was going to show you how to do mass production, but I should have started earlier in my mass production. Good, good. I'm glad you're safe and sound. Okay. So this was also part of the trio because you got all 3 when you bought this collection with Michelle. Okay. So you get the outline die, and then you can also die cut the words joy to the world. So, like, let's say I wanted to create this, but I want my letters to be glitter. So then I could cut it out of glitter cardstock and then have the fancy letters on top. Yeah, it really is beautiful, Jessica. Yeah, I mean, it's your fault I got it. I ain't gonna lie. So we may be doing some die cutting. I got my little Gemini Go ready to go with us today. She's gonna be making an appearance later. And we're going to get started because it does take a little bit. Now, initially, I knew I wanted on the background of where we're going to put that because this is the die piece that's going to cut it. We're going to put just the words right in the center. And anywhere that if I've made a boo-boo on my snowflakes prior to this, I can move this anywhere I needed to, really cover up any smudges and stuff. Okay. So what I did was I used a stencil, and I don't know if you're going to see the shimmer or the shine. It's usually harder on lives, but I used the Picket Fence paper glaze. Okay. And this color is, why do they do that? Artemisia? Lord Jesus. It's silver, y'all. They could have just said silver. I mean, did we really? Why? Why? But anywho, I use this 2 different ways. I used it thickly, so that way it has like a textured or raised edge. And then on this version, I made it flat. So it's like there's still some texture, but it doesn't have height to it, right? And how you do that is just by using this with like your blender brush. I don't know if you guys ever watch Vicky Boutin. She does that a lot with her gold glaze. I don't know. This is what her gold stuff looks like. But I did it this time with the silver because our challenge for this month is actually gold or silver or both on a project. So that's why I decided to go silver tonight. You don't see a whole lot being done with silver. So I was like, well, let me just focus on silver for a little bit. So here's our 2 cards. And we're going to, I guess, just work on the joy to the world, because that's really where the time is going to be spent. Okay. I already got my mat. These are for the snowflakes. And these are my card bases, which will fold when we're done and we're ready to go. So it'll be boom, boom, and then the pretty joy to the world. I think that'll be so cute. All right. So let me move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. So like I told you, I was experimenting before we started. Okay. And this is what I came up with. Hi, Heather. How you doing? So I used my Misty to do the very best I could at lining up. And when you have the stamps in the Misty, if you can, I always try and do 2, and most of the time I do 2 anyway, because with a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you cut it in half. Either way, you cut it in half. You can make 2 cards. So I knew for the live we were going to do 2. Now, some of these, like, I didn't really line them up that great. So it takes a couple of practices, I would say, Now the cool part, right? Isn't it really pretty? This stamp set has an inside part. So you see how you have the outline of the joy to the world. Well, they have a stamp that does the inside. So if I wanted to, I could try, line it up, hit this with some Versamark, and then do glitter on the inside of the joy. What? We may do that. Would you guys like to see that? Keep that in mind. All right, let's work on this part because it's going to take a minute. So I already have my joy to the world in my Misty tool. And we're going to stamp with that. Now, normally I use my Versaclair, but for some reason I'm still getting my room set up and I can't remember where I put it. So we're going to be using VersaFine Black Onyx. Right? Heather, where did I get the color blending brushes? Well, I actually have 2 sets. I got one set from Tailored Expressions, and then I got these from Amazon. I ain't gonna lie. And I think you get like You get all of these and a little case for it. So you get 2 of each color. The golds I'm using for metallics. So I got a gold one and the silver one. And then we have 2 hot pinks, 2 regulars, a purple, and a blue. But it's enough that I can use these for my, what I was thinking was for my dye inks. Whereas the other set that I got that I use from Tailored Expression, I use for my oxides. So I'm trying to just have not a whole bunch, but just something for the 2 different products, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna try and line this up, and that's the part that drives me nuts. Especially, I love the Misty. I love using it. Please don't think I'm bashing anything, but I have the hardest time sometimes lining stuff up, and it gets frustrating. But we're just going to ink this up real quick, and then stamp it down. I'm using a dry eraser to just press down. And then we're going to turn and we'll do it again. Okay. And then other than the rain, how was everybody's weekend so far? I'm actually on a mini vacation, so it's been rather nice. Away from work for a little bit. And it wasn't a bad day. We had some rain like off and on, I think since yesterday, but it was pretty warm. Yeah. And there are some companies, Heather, that make those brushes in almost every color, like the ones from, let me see, because I think I got them right here next to me. Okay. So the ones I got from Tailored Expression, I know, a little bit of a tangent, you guys, just bear with me. So they have one for each color family, basically. So we got green, the light blue, dark blue, the silver, gold, and then of course yellow, pink, orange, red, and purple. So I just use it in that sense. So like for orange, you know how sometimes you have those in between colors like coral? I would use orange. You know what I mean? So for the oxides, these for me work the greatest because they're in the wheelhouse. Dark blues, my dark blues, the teal one I'll use for like peacock feathers and stuff like that. And then of course the green I use with all the greens. So yeah, I highly suggest this set. And I want to say Michelle at one point had these with the spinner. I threw my spinner out because I didn't read directions and didn't learn how to put it together, and it pissed me off. So I got tired of it. But then they came out with storage holders, which worked out way better. Yay. Okay. All right. Focus. Focus here. Now, with this, now that we got the Joy to the World stamped, we can line it back up into the corner and we can do the rest of the shadows, right? At first I was going to try and do it with the hand stamp because you can line it up to where you would be able to do it by hand, but I'm going to do this one with the focus, focus, right? Yes. Oh my god. It made me so mad, Jessica. I was like, look, this thing won't stay. It keeps falling over. I'm like, this is supposed to be a tool to be helpful. This is not helpful. So when you're lining these up, a lot of times with these different layered stamps, it's not always 100% clear on where to line up. With this one, though, there are parts of letters that you're stamping the color in. So, like, it lines up with the J, and then the O of world and the center of the letter D, you can line it up. So that way everything lines and you have the correct angle, right? So I want to make sure I'm in the corner the way I'm supposed to be. And I'm going to bring my lid over and pick it up. And then hopefully I'll put it back. And this is the part that drives me nuts, when you lift it up and then it's like, oh, okay. You got 9 pages of December daily prepped. Wow. I know. Yeah, yeah. So you can see the grid underneath the are you talking about underneath this? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a light box. Almost like a light box. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. I just it drives me nuts because now, like, because the stamp is so new and it's sticky, it pulls up the paper and you don't know if it's still aligned, which it looks like it is. Okay, so I'm also using some new inks from Catherine Pooler. Oh, December Daily. I don't even want to talk about it. It does. It does. When you start adding all the inks, Jess, you're right. It does start to come to life. December Daily. I have a love-hate with December Daily. I'm going to admit my truth in that for me, it just reminds me of the fact that all I do is, for the most part, work. And so, like, trying to figure out stuff to do each day, I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, December Daily puts me into depression, okay? And Christmas is supposed to be fun. Like, I shouldn't feel like, ugh, but that's what it does to me. It gives me anxiety. But I really want to do it, you know? All right. So there's the first, what do you want to call it? Shadow, 3D shadow. It does. It gives it like this 3D, is really exciting. So when I flip this should be in the same spot. So everything should line up, right? Because I've already set it up from the first stamp that they should line up. Now, if you guys have never used Catherine Pooler inks, whenever you can, you need to take the ink to the stamp and just tap. Tap softly, and you'll get plenty of ink. If you ever like squeeze too much or tap too much, you'll know because it just spreads, which this one did. It's kind of looks like it's on the J, but it's not going to be when I pull it up, because that part doesn't stamp actually. It's just open space. But I just make sure I clean them as best I can. I need more cleaner. And then I'll take it off. And because of her inks, your stamps do stain. There's nothing you can do about that. But once it's clean, and you can just go to the next color and keep on going. Okay, so we're going to put that right back here. All right, and we're going to go to the next letter. Next part of joy. Where is it? Okay, so now, same thing. We got the O. We're going to line up the O in joy and the O in 2. Okay. So we're just lining these up. Sorry about that. Notifications. I'm trying to get my room, like my camera set up so that way they're in their permanent position. And then I have a camera like right up above. You can't see my hands, but right up above this way. Where hopefully if I do lives, I can also record, and then like I can redo them and post them on my page. You know how people do, the fancy people. I'm trying to grow up in my recordings. Okay. I'm trying to get it lined up on the R of the world down here at the bottom as well. Okay. So once we have it, same thing. Press. And then lift up. All right. So for this one, I'm going to use Deck the Halls. Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of practice. Ooh, Lord, I gotta go back up. I'm missing some comments. Ooh, I like it. You guys are commenting. Yep. And it's hard. It's hard, Joe. It really is. It takes time, but it'll drive you. My technical term is binockers, right? It makes you go crazy because you want it to line up and be perfect, and sometimes it just doesn't. Or you stamp like here. I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up right there. Like I was just slightly off with the joy, right? With the first stamp. Now, I might just give that one up or start over. I'm the type I would do that. I would cut out the one that I like, and then I would turn this over and stamp again, right? And just keep going until I get it perfect. But that's why it wasn't working out for, because I was going to make 10 cards at one time and it didn't work out. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. And that's the hard part. I get with December Daily, like what it's there for, but I kind of feel like you should almost live December, take your photos, make notes, do all that you're going to do, and then really work on it in January. Right? Doesn't that make sense? That's what makes sense to me. All right. Okay. I'm just reading notes. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments because I wasn't expecting so many. Okay. And trying to line up, man. I'm looking down, trying to make sure everything lines. Okay. And when I say tap, like I literally like almost like you're scared to touch it. That kind of tap. So does everybody have all their knockers? Yes. Yeah. Does everybody have their Christmas decorations and stuff out? And I think my stamp has a defect because it keeps making that smudge. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna have to like look at that. You see where the two is, and it looks like there's no ink. Um, it keeps doing that. Now, if I had I had these little things where I could tap and I could just fill that in if I needed to, for now. But what I'm gonna do is because I know it did work on one of the other ones, I'm just gonna ink it up again and stamp it again. Starbucks and Hallmark movies. Can I get an amen from the gallery? Okay. My mom, I think, has recorded every Christmas movie. And I always get pulled in. And then she's like, "You want me to save it?" I'm like, "No, no." Don't save it. Just tell me what happens. Let me guess. They fall in love. Everything works out. The truth. Okay. Looks like everything lined up. All right. And then we're probably going to have to do it one more time. Yep. Because it made that mark again. That is so annoying. I'm probably going to have to take like an eraser or something to this one to see why that imperfection is there. It might just be something in the stamp itself. Hopefully I can fix it. Otherwise, I'll just have to remember that this one will always need 2 stamps. And then there you go. Yay! So we're going to go back to this one. And what's really funny is that red, I mean, there was nothing I could do to stop it from turning the stamp pink, but the green, it's almost like, did I use any green? Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, thank you, Jess. Right? Yes, yes. The creme brulee latte is life. If you haven't tried it, you need to. All right, so this one we're going to line up as best I can. Ooh. Okay, I hope that's it. I feel like if I line up the Y and the W, that that should be it. Okay. Now, for this third color, I kind of wanted to bring in more of that metallic. So I don't have a whole lot of metallic inks. I just got these ones from Ali Edwards. This is the silver. Or is it the platinum? I can't tell which one this one is. Oh, did I grab the wrong one? I think I did. This one was supposed to be silver. Let me see. Ah, I did. Silver. So I'm glad I stopped when I did because I got to redo those anyway. Okay, moving on. So we're going to use silver. Now, this one is interesting because I got to stamp a little bit more with these, right? Because sometimes that pigment for the metallic inks doesn't want to come off. Now, I don't have to worry because the way the stamp is set up is not going to stamp in the places that I don't want it to, but it's just how I have to get that ink on. All right. And then there's the silver. What? Joy to the world, people. Do we love it? I think we love it. Most of the time. Okay. Wow. Wow. 10 cups ahead of you at 10 a.m. Like people are for real. See, I'm a sometimesy coffee drinker. I want to like it, but I like sugar really more so than I like the coffee taste. I'm a tea drinker. But that creme brulee latte, oh, it won me. I was like, yes, please. So much so I got the app because I was like, you know what? That's the one thing COVID did for me is I got apps on everybody I could. And if I can order it and you have it ready for me when I get there, love it. Okay. So let's make sure. I'm going to tilt it up a little bit. Well, we're going to hope and pray because I can't really see. But hopefully everything lined up. Ooh, wrong one. What? Yeah. It does. It does. Is that Kim? Wait, the jury's still out. What's your name? Why can't I remember? The picture looks familiar though. Ugh. Okay. Please lined up right. Okay. Okay. I wasn't off by too much. So that's good. We can take it. And I love that shimmer. It's hard to see. There's a little bit of it there. See it? Woo. Okay. All right. So we're going to clean this because with these stamps or with any stamps that you use, if you want to keep them as clean as possible, the key is definitely to clean them as soon as you're done. Even though, like I said, that pink one was a lost cause. It was like, nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Okay. So bear with me while I try and put my Misty away for a second. Okay. So this needs to dry a little bit because that was a pigment ink and I don't want to risk smudging it. Okay. So now, even though I'm not going to be using it, I want to show you guys. I don't know if it'll. guess I'll put it. Can you see it better there? Okay. So with this stencil, what it does is, where is that one I did? Okay. So on here where there's like, okay, for the joy, you see how you have the joy there? Can you see that opening? Okay, so those openings line up with the joy on the card, right? So then the idea would be is that you would take your inks or something else and you could ink through the stencil and it'll give it more shadow. So it gives it even more of a detailed layer. So it takes it up another notch. What? You don't know what I'm talking about? Let me show you real quick. Why? Because we can. I just decided we're going to do it. So here's my silver brush. And I'm just going to brush it on here. Get that silver on your brush. We're going to line it up. And then we're just going to go boop, 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 boop. Because remember, we're cutting it out anyway. So then, I don't know if you can see. Okay, so you see how now that's a little bit darker right there than to the upper part? That's what it does. It creates another layer of shadow on the shadow. It's, you guys, can we just talk about it? Altenew is like, they're crazy. Like mind blown, right? Mind blown. Line it up. And remember on this one, I used the wrong color. So it's going to stand out with the silver because there's a different color on top. So there you go. Yeah. And then the best part is this, just how, where is it? Right there. It lines up. And then anything that went outside the line, you don't have to worry about because you're just going to cut that off anyway. And you have your sentiment. Okay. So what we're going to do, just real quick, is just heat this up because I really don't want to smudge it. Bear with me. Yeah, I wanted to go all out with the silver. I really did. Because I've been definitely loving the gold. I've been doing the gold for a couple of years now, but I really do like the silver. Having thought about it, I could have done the blues with silver. That would have been cute too. All right. Okay. So right now, this is a little bit too wide to go through the go. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this down. Because it's about, what's my width? About 3 inches. Let's see. And I'm just trimming this down as close as I can get it. So that way, make sure it goes through. Because our sandwich is going to go like this. And normally with this machine, you basically cut everything kind of upside down. I don't know if you guys have had any experience with it. I'm just going to grab some washi. And because of that, it's really hard. Like, you can't line up stuff that way. So what I do is I line it up. to where everything is where it's supposed to be. And I put my tape down. Okay. And then you're supposed to do the plate, the metal shim, the magnetic piece. And then I'm going to put it down like that. And then put this like that. And then that will be our sandwich to cut it out. So while let that sit there just for a second, let's go ahead and trim this one down. Let's trim him down too. All right, so then that way, once we're done with that one, we'll be able to cut the rest. Okay, thank you guys. Bear with me with the noise, okay? Because it is going to make a little bit of a popping noise, but it's all good. And then you just slide it through. And I just put my hand here kind of to just help it from dropping off. I don't want it to drop off like that. Okay. I thought I had all my pieces. Oh, am I missing a piece? Where's my other piece? Hold on. It helps to have all your pieces. Because I did not hear it pop on me. There we go. There we go. Yep, they do. I actually have the really big one, the first one, and then I got this one first, and then I was like, oh, but for all the bigger stuff, I'm like, I need one that's gonna fit all my guys. And then there's our Joy to the World. What? You guys. Ain't it cute? Okay, I got a little bit of pigment on the magnet, but it'll be all right. We'll just turn it over and use the other side. And then we're going to take our dye and washi tape, and we'll line it up again. Don't mind me. Boop, boop, boop. Just trying to line everything up. I probably should do this flat and not on the actual machine. Look, y'all. I'm so used to being on top of like piles and on my other room. Now that I got space, I got to remind myself, no, you can actually move things, and you have table space now, thanks to Beatrice. Like, it's okay. Okay, put this down and lay this one. And what I tend to do, actually, I need to buy another plate because technically this will wind up breaking on me, but I just keep using it for now until I can get a new set in. But I do like the idea of like flipping mine. All right. It is something I gotta remind myself, B. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so used to having huge piles around me, and now to be sort of set free, it's crazy. All right, and you just hit the power button and it turns it right off. And we'll put it back when we're done. And then here is our final piece. Boom. So now we have 2 Joy to the Worlds. They're so cute. Okay, and I probably should have waited, but you just get so excited. You just want to do things and make things, and probably should have heat embossed first. Oh well. Let's use this black piece. Okay. So what we're going to do, because we can. So we're going to use a block because these are solid. So I know that I just need to line them up with the words and I should be able to stamp it on my own. But what I'm going to do, bear with me, is lean over, grab my powder, and talks amongst yourselves for 1 second because I need to find my silver embossing powder because I wasn't planning on this part. I wasn't thinking about this part. So let's see what we can find. I got my gold. I got clear pearl bark. I have red glitter. I got everybody's glitter. I mean, seriously. I got everybody but I think I put silver all the way in the back because that makes sense. Sorry, guys. Don't thumbs down me, okay? This was a surprise. Here we go. This is a silver. This is zing. I was trying to see if we had like a glitter. This is blue metallic. Pewter. So this is obviously somebody who has too much embossing powder. We got a glitter, so we're gonna do glitter. We're gonna do a glitter. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Y'all still with me? Okay. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to treat each one with the powder. Because we want to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't stick anywhere that we don't want it to. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to find our Versamark. And right now, I just have my little mini cube Versamark. I'm going to ink it up. And you can always tell how your coverage is. If you tilt your stamp, you can see if there's any part of the words that doesn't have that sticky look to it, then you know you missed a spot. Just a tip. Okay. So now we're going to line up our joy to the world. There's that. There's that. I think I got it there. All right. Are y'all breathing with me? Oh, yeah, no. I use a lot of powder, B. A lot of powder. Because you never know, and especially with the like the silver we used, I want to make sure that that's dry. And one of the things to help is using the powder, So let's do like that. And see, some of that did get onto the silver. But not to worry, it's okay because we can always take a smaller brush and kind of brush it away. We can just tap. And you can also off to the side. Just breathe. And just bear with me. I'm just trying to get in between the T and the H there because it did stick in between there. And it's okay. If there's a little bit of glitter on the side, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. Now, where I missed some, right in there, I'm going to show you a quick trick. So, if you have your embossing pin, you can just go right back in there. Ooh, watch your fingers. Go right back in there. Just hit it. And then hit it again. Okay. So, in that same vein, right? Say you were nervous about doing that. You could always take your marker and color in this way as well to get your colors. So, you can do it one of two ways. This just is a little bit more time consuming instead of, where you could potentially, ink this up. And it looked like my Y and my O up at the top weren't juiced enough the first time. So let's try it again. And we're going to line it up again. And then you can always even take your, because I'm not pressing on anything cushion, so I don't have that give, the help with the clear stamps. So that could have been why I didn't get, good enough impression on my other O. Okay. So let's try it again. This is going to be good. I know. You're probably like, why are you putting it down there? Because now I'm thinking, would it be cool with the glitter down there? Let it stick where it wants to. Let me see. All right. We're going to try it. Let's see. Why not? This is the moment of why not. Because when I'm all done here, if I don't like it, I can just redo it. But at least we get to play and you guys get to see hopefully some other techniques or ideas. All right, so let's move this all out the way. And where is my tool? This is my favorite tool. You guys know I like to use it for my splatters. They are lifesavers, B. They really are. Yes, yes. I love these because even though they help me make my splatters, I can also put it down and while I'm heating, it'll hold it in place. Come on, y'all. Warm up. Take two. So I know why I didn't do that the last time, but we can fix it. Let's do it. Okay. Right? I don't know. I think they're both like in a tie for like the longest thing in my craft space because I very rarely use washi tape except for the hold down dies because that's what I do. Okay, so this was the issue. The um definition of the word is lost because I put some of the glitter going down. So we could potentially just restamp the black right on top and you know it'll come back. On this one it's not as bad, so I'm just going to continue on. Oh, well, Joe, that's an interesting tip. Say that. Okay, let me read that again. I have a small cardboard box lid. I'm gonna click on it so you guys can see it. So Joe said, I have a small cardboard box lid lined with aluminum foil that I heat emboss in, and the paper warps less. We may have to try that. Thank you for that tip, Joe. I really appreciate it. I really do. That's a good tip. Hey, Scrappy Tate. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're getting there, you guys. We are getting there. And it's time to, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. And then we're going to finish our card because I messed it up. But where there's a will, there's a way. And there's never really mistakes. It's just little minor incidents. Is that what we say? No? Okay. I'm going to do like that. And then I have these. I'm going to put down there. I know you're probably like, T, this has turned into a lot for a card, but it'll be worth it. I probably should use stays on, but I don't have black stays on. I know it's sacrilegious, but I don't. Okay, let me try it again. I'm going to ink up. Let's see if it'll stamp down. It'll give me that definition again. Okay. It kind of brought some of the W back. I'm not mad at it. But the D was just slightly off, but it's okay. But what it does is it just gave me a little bit of the word back. So that way it's not looking totally crazy. So what I would do is like, instead of doing the silver as part of the shadow, I would do a different color and then do my silver with my word. So then that way the silvers won't blend into each other. Make sense? Or if you want to use silver and gold, which you can, you do the silver for the highlight or the shadow, excuse me, and then you can do joy to the world and gold. You could always do that too. All right. That is really a good idea, Joe. Seriously, like for hands-free heating. Yes. And you said in a lid, right? So are we talking like a shoebox lid or I'm trying to think, what other lid do you have? I don't know, but you got my interest peaked. So I might be looking around for some cardboard in the house. Get one of my Amazon boxes. All right. So we're just going to continue on with this one. I'm not going to worry about doing the outline. We're just going to move forward with these. And then we're going to put our cards together. And that is it, y'all. Because when you have a sentiment that stands out the way this one does, then you really don't need anything else on your card. Do you know what I mean? Because the sentiment is the thing. It's the thing. That's what we worked on. So we don't want anything else to take away from it. Now I'm using Nina Solar White. It's 110 pound for my card base. I usually love using those for my card base because it's just a better quality and it's strong. It makes your cards feel like they have some weight to them, right? Because the heavier the card, the fancier it feels. Or maybe that's just me. Oh, T, don't be drunk with it. Okay. Slow it down. Everything gonna be all right. Because our paper is gonna cover that up anyway. And when it's thick paper like that, sometimes I'll flip it and then score again. I know Kathy Zilski, if you guys follow her, you can also put a piece of washi tape on the inside and hold it down. So that way, while you're putting it together, it's holding its shape. I just say, turn it inside out, do it again, and just, rub right along that edge. And you'll see it'll stay down. Now I got a marking there. Okay. Oh, T. Okay. So on to the next thing. Let's work on our card backs. So real quick, the snowflake piece that I did using the stencil is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm putting it onto a black mat that is sized at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. For a long time, long time, I've only been doing like 1/8 of an inch. I guess that's what you would call it, 1/8 of an inch frames. You can do a 1/4 inch. If that's the case, then you would just make your paper, leave it at 4 by 5 1/4, and then your card base would be the mat, right? Because it would be right at 1/4 of an inch. So what I mean is, you would just go ahead and attach this right to your card base if that's what you wanted to do. But I like having a little tiny frame because it finishes off the card in just the right amount, And don't worry, these have been dried for a while now, so I'm not flattening anything. Okay. Now, the best part about a card like this is you can decide if you want it to go up and down, right? You can decide if you want it to go sideways, where it would open like this. Oh, okay. Okay. Shoebox lid size. Okay. And you use a small tray that 6 cans of dog food came in. Oh. I see those all the time. Like if you go to Aldi's and Sam's Club, you can just grab them boxes sometimes. All right. You can buy it in the bathroom section. It makes sorting through die cut pieces so much easier. They are sometimes hard to find 5 by 7 size. Okay. I mean, you guys have some good nuggets today. You're going to have me looking for plastic lids and cardboard boxes. I'm telling you, I don't have to look that far for cardboard boxes because Amazon is faithful. Okay. And I'm not afraid. I'll cut a box down, you know. All right. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but that's the first time I've ever literally put a card down and it was like, bam. I usually always have to move it. What? And see, it'll work either way because it doesn't matter because they're snowflakes, you know? And we can go just like that and just have it be joy to the world. And whoever I give this to will have no idea how long it took us to get this joy to the world done. They'll have no idea. No idea. But we know, right? We know. All right. And then show you this one. That's really nice. That's really nice. I really like how those are going to look. And see, stuff like that, I like to do for like work and stuff like that because then everybody gets the same style card. You don't have to worry about who getting what. It's just, you know, a nice card that you can give to guy, girl, it doesn't matter. And it's perfect, you know? Something easy. It was supposed to be something easy that you could mass produce. This one is probably not a big mass producer. Now that I've like actually gone through it, probably not the most genius idea. But now I've committed to it. It's in my mind and I can't stop until it's done. So I'll be doing the other 8 cards once the live is complete. Okay. And again, I know sometimes you guys will probably watch my other videos, but I like to use the tape and the glue to give me just those few extra seconds to move stuff around because it doesn't always happen like the first card. I'll tell you that. It's not very often that you put it down and it's like the first time, bam, perfect, you know? All right. I don't want to jinx myself, but I might have just done it again. Oh, thank you, Joe. Woo, I can't believe it's been an hour. I didn't think this card was going to take me that long, and you guys would be like, oh, you only were on for 30 minutes. Well, I learned that lesson. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So one of these is textured and one is flat. So instead of just attaching this straight to, we're going to give it a little height. So I'm going to grab some foam. Now, if you wanted to, you could take some fun foam, take the die, and cut it out. It would be in the same shape, put it right to the back, and you got your height. Here's the thing. You just got to remember, if you're using colored foam, whatever color, you're going to be able to see it from the sides. So since I don't think I have a red. Nope. I don't have a green either. At least not that one that matches. So we're going to go a different route. I'm just going to grab some foam squares. And we're going to load up the back. We're almost there, you guys. Just stay with me, okay? And then I'm going to tell you real quick what I plan to do for the inside as an idea. Okay. So with the glue, once again, just going to put a little bit of wet glue on the foams. And I'm only doing that in case I put it down and it's not exactly where I want it to be. Then I can potentially pick it back up. Actually, that's good. Okay. All right, let's do this one. Now, tomorrow, I don't know if you guys are hooked into my little scrapbook store, but if you are, I think Gina is doing a class in the morning making cards using one of the Simple Stories. Yeah, the Simple Stories card kits. And it's free. You can join in if you have a card kit, join along. If you don't, you can just, work on your own cards, work on your own projects. It'll be fun to just kind of like work together. And then I want to say Monday, Michelle's going to do the last two 12 days of Christmas, the day 11, which would have been today's, and 12. She's going to do that on Monday because that construction life be real. They're living in the middle of it while they're working on their house. So, we got to grant her a little grace, and we'll see what goodie she has for everybody on Monday. Okay, so those are our cards. Okay. Oh yeah, that would be a good idea. Like an alcohol marker. Like if you wanted to use black or yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you find it, jury's still out, just post it in the comments because after this is done, the regular comments will post on YouTube. So if you find it, if it'll let you, just post it there. Um, but I do like that idea with the alcohol marker as well. Sometimes like I have plain white foam. Don't ask me where I put it. It's probably with my specialty paper stuff, but yeah, I could have just used that, and then that way it would have just been white on the sides, and you wouldn't. Um, it would be okay. But there's our joy to the world, and really, we don't have to do another thing to this, right? It's beautiful. The joy to the world is standing out. It's even better in person, but I'm gonna hold this one up so you can kind of see the joy to the world. So you see what I mean by the silver blending in with the silver of the shadow. I think I'm gonna add gold to the next ones I do. And the joy to the world that I do on the inside will be a gold embossing. I think that'll when I do that, I'll post an update in my little scrapbook store so you guys can see the gold. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Donna. Okay. What YouTuber is it that you see, that you watch that does that, jury still out? Because it's probably somebody that we all follow and I never even paid it attention. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Real quick. We're almost done, y'all. But I just want to show you this one thing. Super quick. Don't mind these, but these are little things from when we do those pick five, or like you have to pick certain things to do on your scrapbook pages. I save them and I put them into this container sometimes, but I just want to show you something. If you have it. Oh, Crystal. Okay, with the December daily lady. But you could potentially add like a few scattered what are these things called? Sequins. These are just the silver ones, right? See if I can hold it up. Okay, they're really hard to see, but in person, they're just a nice little shimmer. Just a nice little shimmer. It's nothing too much, nothing to draw your eye away, but the recipient of the card will see it and it would be pretty. So you could do something like that. And she's like, I'm telling you, I follow her because of Beatrice. She got me watching her. I just saw her do her day 8 on her December daily. I'm like, okay. And I love how because she does a lot of prep work. So she shows you the prep and then like actually making the page. I do like watching her videos. I enjoy them. Okay, you guys. So thank you for staying with me. We made it 1 whole hour. Woo! I didn't think I could do it. Who knew that this would have been more difficult than it was? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do. I don't do cards a whole lot on the lives, and I was like, you know what? It's time to branch out. Uh-oh. You've been watching Mickey Mouse? That's because of that cute, adorable grandbaby, Beatrice. So I get it. You got a card done too, Joe? Awesome. Win, win. All right, you guys. So if you have any questions, once this is done, like I said, just leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it if you're not already a subscriber, if you would hit the subscribe button and give me a little, thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't stay up too late. I probably will because I'm on vacation. And as Tabitha Brown, if any of you follow her on YouTube, would say, and because that's my business. All right. So I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. And I hope you guys have a great one. Bye.